Jason's Cooking, and yeah, we're just going to be making a real special meal today, one that I haven't had in ages, and that's cheeseburger pie. We're going to be making that today. That's basically a casserole, so we're going to get out our trusty 9.5 by 13 ceramic dish, and we're also going to make sure that we show you every step of the way here, just like usual, right? So let me get the cookbook out here. So it looks like we're going to need some Bisquick, a little bit of cold water, a pound of hamburger meat, basically just ground meat, really. It can be 80-20 or 90-10, whatever you like. Half a chopped or diced onion. Onion salt can substitute, of course. 2 cups of sharp cheese, we got that in the fridge along with the hamburger meat. A 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to, also looks like we have 2 tablespoons of Bisquick, 2 eggs, 8 ounces of tomato sauce, and half a teaspoon of oregano. And again, I'm going to post all the ingredients listing and the directions in the description of the video. So it looks like we got to mix the Bisquick in the water to form a ball. And we're going to press that into the bottom of a greased, it says pie plate. You can use a casserole dish if you'd like. And then you cook the hamburger and the onion till it's brown. Then stir in the salt, pepper, and Bisquick, which I guess that's going to be the 2 tablespoons of Bisquick. So that'll be done up in a pan of some kind. And then we're going to mix the eggs and cheese, just 1 cup of the cheese. And we're going to pour that over the beef. Then you pour the tomato sauce on top and sprinkle with oregano. Got our pound of ground beef. All right, so this is the stuff that we're going to be cooking on the stove over here. Move that dish out of the way. This is going to be what all the ingredients go into. Got our sharp cheddar. You can use regular cheddar cheese, but I prefer the sharp cheddar. This is just the Betty Crocker Bisquick pancake and baking mix. Yeah, good stuff to have. Good stuff to have. We're going to leave that right there. And salt. Should probably going to use the rest of that. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to get the Bisquick in water. So 1 cup of Bisquick. Let's get that going here. And we'll set our ingredients to cook aside. It's my first time using Bisquick in, gosh, probably a long time actually. Yeah. I gotta get a little messy here, that's alright. Whoops. Alright, that should be good enough. And wow, that's a lot left over. If I feel like we need some more, we'll dump a little more in. And now, I should have something like this. It's a little bit better. Get some of the stuff off the walls there. Alright. Now, form the ball. Now we're going to grease the bottom of this your plate. Alright. And this is just canola oil, that's all I'm using. Just gonna hit up the sides there a little bit. I know this is going to creep up the sides as it rises. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get this dough ball here going. Now, when it comes to pressing the dough ball into the pan, you're going to want to take some canola oil and just kind of hit up one of your hands with it and kind of rub it in, because that dough is going to stick to anything that is not greased. So let me do this off camera here. There we go. There we go. That's much better. And you can use a fork to help push down some of this stuff as well. You want to really just use your hands to get started, and then it's going to be a messy one. It's just how this recipe is. It's going to be messy. There's no getting around it. All right. And you just keep pressing that down on in there. So this is 80-20, so that's 80% lean, 20% fat for our ground beef or hamburger meat, whatever you want to say. And technically, yes, this is 1.3 pounds, but I think that's going to be perfect for this size of dish. This is a very deep casserole dish, I should mention. So, and right in she goes. All right. Yeah, we're just breaking it up like this as best as possible. Just kind of getting it mixed up. Because again, this stuff is just going to be really fine once it goes into the casserole dish. Now, I think we'll turn that heat up a little bit. We'll go to a 7. Just twisting, pushing and twisting, pushing and twisting, trying to break that. And once that starts browning a little more, I'm going to sprinkle in the onion salt, which is hiding next to the tomato sauce there, just off camera. This recipe, you know, yes, it is a little bit more on the complex side, but honestly though, you know, at the end of the day, as long as you follow the directions, I think you'll be just fine. It is highly sequential, I will say that. You definitely want to get your dough out of the way first. That's kind of the messiest part. It's going to take the longest. And it might take a little extra, you know, messing around with the amounts of Bisquick depending on how large your pan is. And then once you get all that sorted out, kind of like laying the foundation there again with our, what was a dough ball pressed into the pan. Once you get your foundation laid, then you can go on to the next level, which is making really the meat of the matter. It's cooking kind of fast. All right. I'm just going to dump in about a tablespoon's worth of onion salt, I'd say, which is basically the rest of this. Salt and pepper, so just a little bit of that. A little bit of this here too. There we go. And then our 2 tablespoons of Bisquick. This is the last part of the recipe that uses any Bisquick. We got 1 and 2. Just thickening it out a little bit, not a lot, but still. Let's get this in here, guys. All right. So here we go. We're gonna put the meat in with the stuff here. Let me make sure you guys get a good view of that. There we go. All right. So we're just gonna pour in the meat onto the flattened dough, onto our foundation from earlier, guys. All right. That's a good, healthy amount of meat there. I love the amount that we got. That's going to help serve us well. All right. We're just getting 2 eggs. All right. We're going to get 2 eggs and only 1 cup of the cheese this time. So I'm actually going to, that's 1. And 2. There we go. 1 cup of thing here. There we go. There we go. All right. So you dump that in with your eggs. We're gonna mix that up nicely here. Let me get a thing. Let me get a mixing item. And we'll just use a fork. That should be fine. And again, we're mixing our 1 cup of sharp cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, with the 2 eggs. It's gonna look a little funky, but just stay with me here. It's all part of the plan. Just kind of space it out here. No, it's not a lot. That'll have to do. All right, and now we're going to pour our tomato sauce over the whole thing. Now, I know this is pasta sauce, but you know what? We're going to risk it. Let's see how far it gets us here. And I think that 24 ounces is going to do us real nicely here. And that's going to help cover most of our stuff here. Again, that tomato sauce is doing wonders for us. Sprinkle a little bit of oregano on there. Do I have oregano? Yes, we do. Hiding in the back there. I really want this to have a nice standout taste. So we're really gonna add some extra oregano there. All right, there we go. Really want to make sure that this is all coated well. All the way up to the edges, really. I want to get that tomato sauce over everything. That's the main star of the show. And then finally, we're going to top with the remaining sharp cheddar cheese here. So that's the extra cup that we didn't originally mix with the eggs. That's just going to go over the top of this here. And we're just nice even coating there. So now we're going to bake at 375 for 30 minutes. So we're going to jump cut to when this is done. And we're going to see you guys then. So let's put this in. All right, and here we are 30 minutes later, and we have our cheeseburger pie all ready and out of the oven. I love how the cheese melted. That was real nice. And we're gonna scoop a piece out here. Let's just get this aimed so we're gonna put the plate. All right. And I'm thinking, since this is probably gonna be a bit of a messy one, I'm thinking we go with the spoon spatula. I'm gonna just wear an oven mitt here just to get a good grip on it. All right. Alrighty. Scoop that up there. Whoa. And onto the plate, and look at that. All right. Whoops. Did a little bit of a flip there, but that is really, really good. In fact, I am shocked that the dough did not burn. I'm actually very shocked. That is really cool. You can see we got our meat, our cheese, our tomato sauce, and then our dough there on the bottom, which is cooked perfectly. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this session, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. And again, the description is going to have all the ingredients and the directions you'll need to cook this. So this is Major Mason signing off. Peace. Happy holidays.